Shalom Aleichem, welcome to Chabad and Friends, episode number 7. And being that it's the Aseret Yemei Tshuva, I'll share something about Rosh Yeshiva Magid Shiur in Torah Vodaas. His name was Harav Yaakov Moshe Leizerson, who wasn't initially a Chasid and then became a Lubavitcher Chasid. And not only did he become, but he had a connection to his Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Nochum Podrowitz, the famous Rosh Yeshiva of Mir. And through Rabbi Leizerson, Rabbi Nochum had a strong hiskarvus connection with the Rebbe. But a little bit about this Rabbi Leizerson. Rabbi Leizerson, I knew him. He would daven. He lived in Borough Park, and at many times he would daven the Rabbi Simpson Shul on 46th Street. And Rabbi Leizerson, although he was from Poland, although he came from a Hasidic background, but his learning was in Mir, and he was a part of the Shanghai Bocherim of the Mir Yeshiva. And his Rosh Yeshiva was Rabbi Nochum Podrowitz. So he was a Litvishe. He came here, he got a job, he was in Torah Vodaas, very well respected. And he told my father the following. My father told me the following story. He told him the story once in Rabbi Simpson Shul, how he became a chassid of the Rebbe. He said he had a certain issue that he wanted to. He said to himself that I'm going to go to the Lubavitcher Rebbe to get koshel bracha. The Rebbe, after a Yom Tov, would give from his cup of wine from the Havdalah to people that came to receive it. It was called koshel bracha. And he said, if I pass the Rebbe, and the Rebbe will stop and stop me and say, Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi Leizerson, and this is for whatever, and the Rebbe will kind of, I'll see that the Rebbe knows what I'm thinking about without me saying to him what the issue that's bothering me and that I would like to talk to him about. If I sense that in the Rebbe, I'm becoming his chassid. And lo and behold, he went to koshel bracha. This probably was in the 1960s or 70s. He went to the Rebbe for koshel bracha, and the Rebbe stopped him and said, Shalom Aleichem, and the Rebbe said, regarding so-and-so, and he gave him a bracha, and he gave him, I believe, an extra bottle of vodka that the Rebbe would give to Rabbonim and Askonim and people who were communal workers, etc. And after that, he told my father that he became, if the Rebbe has such Ruach HaKodesh, had such divine prophecy, that he knew what I'm thinking about, I'm his chassid. But it didn't stop there. Once in Yechidus, the Rebbe told him that he told the Rebbe he's going to Eretz Yisrael and he's going to see his Rosh Yeshiva, Rabbi Nochum Podrowitz, the Rosh Yeshiva of Mir, one of the Rosh Yeshivas of the Mir Yeshiva in Yerushalayim. So the Rebbe said, tell him that he should learn Chasidus, learn Pnimius HaTorah. My father thinks that he also told him, Rabbi Leizerson told my father that the Rebbe told Rabbi Leizerson, and he should also learn Chitas. He went, and he came back, and he reported to the Rebbe that he told Rabbi Nochum Podrowitz that the Rebbe said he should learn Pnimius HaTorah and Chitas. And then the Rebbe said, what else did he tell you? So he told over a word, something that Rabbi Nochum shared with Rabbi Leizerson, and the Rebbe broke out in a big smile. It was a geschmack word, and that was that. This Rabbi Nochum wrote to the Rebbe in Tafshin Lamed Beis for the Shnas HaShivim, the Rebbe's 70th birthday. He wrote a beautiful letter. It's printed already, and we see a nice iskarvus between the Rosh Yeshiva Rabbi Nochum and the Rebbe. This points to the idea that whether you're Rosh Yeshiva in Mir, whether you're Rosh Yeshiva in Lubavitch, whether you're Rosh Yeshiva in Satmar, it's important, to learn Chasidus, Pnimius HaTorah, and to share it with others, and not to be ashamed to tell and to discuss it with even the Rosh Yeshiva. So as we hear in the Aseret Yemei Tshuva, part of Tshuva is learning Pnimius HaTorah, starting to learn Chasidus in different languages. May Hashem help, we should have a Gmar Chasima Tova and in alle inyonim and everything, begashmi bona chayim zayna, the kulam vervicha in a broad way with the coming of Mashiach, because of mamish.